public service is the highest calling of all. But it doesn't mean that you have to run for office for this. You can be in the private sector or be in the nonprofit community and still be involved in issues that affect people's lives. I grew up in Wichita, Kansas, and was elected to Congress in 1976. And while I did not have any personal experience in farming or agriculture, I've made agriculture kind of the hallmark of my congressional career, given the importance of farming and agriculture in the state of Kansas. And then I became Secretary of Agriculture and continued my interest in work in food and agricultural production and related issues. There were several farm families that took me on and kind of educated me real quickly into what it was like to grow food and the difficulties involved, and the vagaries of the weather and markets. Certainly that had a lot to do with my interest in the subject. Well, I think the purpose of AGREE is to elevate the issues of food, food consumption, health, agriculture, nutrition, science, sustainability, environment, international agriculture issues into an area where we can explore them at a much higher level. These are very important issues, worldwide issues, and too often in the past have not really had the level and depth of attention that I'd like to see them. Western farmers have been in a period of surplus for years, and so our farm policy has always been to try to reduce production, reduce surplus. Now we are entering a period of vastly increasing population growth in the world, and that means that the era of high supplies are probably over. We expect the population of the world to increase to about 9 billion by the year 2050. And that means we're going to have to double our food productivity during that time period to feed the world. We have a huge demand for water in urban areas because large numbers of people are moving from rural areas to urban areas. And right now, over 70% of the water in the world is used for agriculture. Up to 1/3 of our production has been exported. But that's not going to be the case in the future anymore. We're not going to be able to supply the world with food, and therefore our big challenge is to try to get the world to be more food self-sufficient, particularly the developing world, so they can produce their own. We have a lot of challenges to world agriculture, domestic agriculture: climate change, drought, pests, population growth, all sorts of things. And so therefore, the answers are multifold. I think one of the great things about AGREE is that we're going to look at a variety of issues, variety of solutions, from technological solutions to the issues of rural development, to issues of how to produce food sustainably when we have this enormous population growth, to how we can get the rest of the developing world to begin to produce more of their own food and not rely on the surpluses the United States has supplied over the years, which are not going to be available. Food issues and food security are really fundamental to the stability of our planet. And that's why I think AGREE will bring together a high-level, cross-cutting dialogue with a lot of good research to try to determine what's best for policy in the future in this area. If AGREE is successful, it will mean several things. It will mean people in this country and around the world will be able to examine the causes of the problems of food production in the future and come up with solutions to produce enough food sustainably for a hungry world, so we can avoid all sorts of political instability, so we can avoid famine and hunger, we can improve nutrition, and we could also improve the lot of people living in rural parts of this country. Food is too important just to be left to people who only produce food. We have to have people who consume food. We have to have people who are interested in the environmental way that food is produced. We have to have people around the world who want to prevent political instability, all involved in these issues, because these are really important issues and they require different types of policies than we've pursued in the past.